Just really watch for your own red flags, listen to your own intuition. If you're feeling a little bit off, then maybe, just getting dressed and putting on some makeup and fixing your hair will be that thing that's going to boost your mood.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of It Takes Grit. You might already recognize this amazing lady that I have on our episode today, Alison Lumbatis. I'm so excited to have you back. She is the founder of Get Your Pretty On, and I know that some of you have even found our workouts through her incredible program. So Alison, I'm so excited to have you back. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm super excited to chat with you again.
I know, it's so fun. So Alison and I, just a quick recap, we met in 2019 at Louise House's Mastermind, and we just clicked immediately and we just recap our lives. She gives me incredible advice, incredible mentoring, and I'm just so excited for you guys to hear all a little bit about, she has a book coming out and she's been helping over 100,000 women to create a functional, fashionable wardrobe and feel amazing. Because if you guys are at home and you can raise your hand and be like, hey, I probably have not dressed my best in the last 18 months. I think that there's a lot of us to relate for that. But first of all, we're just going to dive into a little bit of Alison's story, who she is and how she got to where she is in such a most incredible business. So Alison, how did you get to this point right here? I know that there's so many things that link up to it, but you have 3 children, you're running a business. I remember when we were in the Louise House Mastermind and you were telling us about the launch that you had. It was like record sales. It was unbelievable, but obviously it didn't start like that. So what, first of all, gave you the idea that you wanted to be an entrepreneur and do this?
I would say I always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I ran small businesses, alongside working in corporate America. I spent 14 years as a telecom engineer. So what I'm doing now is like a complete and total departure from anything that I've ever done before. But I ran these small businesses, and although they never really took off, it was a good proving ground for me to just really know that this was something I wanted to do. The business I'm in right now was an accidental business, if I'm being totally honest. I started blogging from my kitchen table in 2012 as a creative outlet. I had been on the side doing some acting and print modeling for about 10 years. And I stopped doing that because I just wasn't getting the same fulfillment out of it anymore. So I was like, you know what? I need a creative outlet. I'm going to start blogging. And it's funny how it came to be about style, because style is not really something that I'd ever focused on, was ever really passionate about. But it was an interesting position I found myself in, which I think a lot of women can relate to this past year, where I started working from home. After 14 years of working in an office every day, I was working from home. And at first it was great. It's all sunshine and rainbows, throwing in loads of laundry between conference calls, throwing on my yoga pants in the morning, my oversized sweatshirt, pulling my hair back in a ponytail. And I never was really getting ready for the day. And I started noticing like the snowball effect of things happening, where I was putting on yoga pants, but I wasn't doing yoga or anything else active. I stopped working out. I started eating badly. The healthy food in our pantry was gone. I wasn't cooking healthy meals. I wasn't taking care of things around the house. Things just felt messy and disorganized. Craig and I, my husband and I, weren't going on date nights anymore. I didn't feel like I had energy to just like be present in my kids' life. And I just sat down one night and was like, what changed? I don't even recognize myself when I look in the mirror anymore. Like, what has changed? And the only tangible thing that I knew that I could do that would change things immediately was get dressed in clothes that made me feel good again. The issue was I went to my closet and all the clothes in there were from my corporate past life. So I had to start my wardrobe from scratch to learn how to dress for a work from home lifestyle and to find things that were cute and comfortable, but made me feel put together and work for my daily life. And that's what I started blogging about, just that journey, using the blog as my accountability partner. And it grew organically. I had like 50,000 page views within the first 6 months of blogging, because women were like, yes, I want this resource. There's nothing out here like this. And it just went from there into my membership program, which is called Outfit Formulas, and now the book. And it's just been a wild, crazy journey since then.
Oh, that's amazing. And now you look incredible right now. Like, you're so always well put together. Are you always like this? Do you always have your shit together?
No. See, the one thing you don't know is, like, this is a big ball of dry shampoo right now that I have not washed my hair in a week. But to answer your question, I still have the days where I just give myself grace and say, I'm going to wear the yoga pants today. I don't care. Like on Monday of this week, sometimes coming off the weekends, I feel like I just need a day to just give myself permission to do whatever. So a lot of times on Mondays, I don't get dressed. I'll throw on, some Lululemon shorts, a tank top, and my sneakers, and that's my outfit for the day. So most days I try to make the effort, and I can tell now those red flags when I'm starting to get back into what I call my yoga pants rut. Like I just kind of start feeling less motivated. I don't have as much energy. I'm not keeping up with things as much around the house. So there's red flags there that say it's time to get dressed. It's all about recognizing that. And I think that a lot of us kind of go through that where we spend a few days in that mode or a few weeks and we're like, okay, it's time to get dressed again. Something needs to change here.
I think that's so important. It's like, yeah, there are going to be days where you don't feel that great. You don't want to completely dress up and put everything on. But like, how do you get, I think I know the question that my audience are going to ask me. They're like, okay, that's great, but how do I stop that? How do I know? How do I recognize? How am I aware? Because sometimes we're not aware. And that's why it's so great to listen to podcasts, because one thing, it just makes us like aware and it opens our ears. So how many days should we go where we can wear yoga pants or just like not really put ourselves into like the best frame? Like, should we have like, hey, after 3 days, right? This is the exercise to do. You're going to get you up after a week, after one day. Like, what would you say to somebody who's just like, I don't know how many days I can have, kind of slouching and feeling sorry for myself sometimes, because that's how we feel, right? And how do I know how to get myself out of that?
I really think you have to tune into your gut and know what your own personal threshold is for, okay, it's been this many days now, and I feel like I need to get prettied up again, basically. And in my book, I talk about this and say, like, 3 days for me is my maximum. 2 to 3 days of doing that is, and when I get in super busy seasons of life, it's not uncommon for me to spend the 3 days like that. But then on the fourth day, whenever I do get ready again, I feel like a totally different person. So just really watch for your own red flags, listen to your own intuition. If you're feeling a little bit off, then maybe, just getting dressed and putting on some makeup and fixing your hair will be that thing that's going to boost your mood. It's proven, research proves that it's not just about us feeling vain. It's about, with the external changes affecting what's happening internally. And I like to really make this a discipline. For me, I do hourly planning in my schedule, and I write in time at the top of my day. Like after I work out, I'm going to get ready for the day, and keeping that as part of my schedule and part of my routine and keeping it as kind of a ritual really helps me to stay on track too. So just focus on your calendar, pre-plan, and listen to your gut.
I think what's really great though is that the nutrition, the fitness, and like how you show up and what you're wearing all kind of link together. Because there's days too where you've eaten crappy food for 2-3 days, and then you're like, oh, well, there's no point in me even eating healthy. It's not going to make a difference. Or, I'm not even going to work out. I haven't worked out for a week. So what's the point in just me doing a workout now? But it's like, no, like it's okay to have those times. Don't beat yourself up. But remember, it's like the bigger picture. It's like, why are you eating healthy? Well, because you want to live longer. Why do you want to exercise daily? Because you want to make sure that your bones are moving and your muscles are producing and building stronger. And why do you want to like get dressed every day? Is because your energy is going to be better. At the end of the day, when you combine all of those things together, the nutrition, the fitness, and also just showing up and wearing, something that makes you feel confident, I think that's going to make a big difference. So it's like we get in, I don't think that life is about balance. I think it's about rhythm. Like it's in that rhythm. And when you look at your life as a whole, 365 days, rather than saying, oh my goodness, this last week, like I was in pajamas for like 3 days or 4 days, I feel bad. It's like, okay, over 365 days, you spend 20 days in your sweats. That's not too bad, right? But I think sometimes we get so in on like yesterday or like this week that we forget to think about the bigger picture, especially when you're trying to lose like 10 pounds. You're so focused on the scale, rather than thinking like, hey, let's live healthy for a full year to give me an extra year at the end of my life. So I'm not sure what you think about that 100%. Concept of just looking at it from a year rather than just like beating myself up because I didn't do this yesterday.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I think that it is all about rhythms and giving yourself permission to do that and not beating yourself up over it. And I also am a big believer in the power in the present moment. So kind of like that old adage where I'll start my diet on Monday. Well, you can make changes right now. Like you can decide right now that you're going to pick up your water. You're going to start making some healthy changes and moving in the right direction. We don't have to wait for a future time to do that. And it's the same thing with, getting dressed and feeling good about your appearance, even if it's, swiping on a little bit of lip gloss and starting your day that way. Just the little things make a big difference. So don't ever discount the fact that taking a small step is going to lead to the bigger changes. It's the same concept with health and fitness too.
A transformation program, and it's about people feeling okay about making themselves a priority and it not always being about your kids. Now, I don't have kids, so I can only just have my own opinion from what I feel, but I feel like if you make your kids feel like your life revolves around them, they think that the world revolves around them. And then you're teaching them that when they grow up, that they're not the priority, that their kids are. So, and I can't say this because I don't have kids, so I'm going to get you to say it for me. But how do you make yourself a priority? How do you make yourself a priority?
Amen to that. I think that as moms, we just put ourselves at the bottom of the list all the time. Like, I'm going to go out and buy the cute clothes for my kids, or I'm going to do all these things for my kids. And we don't pour into ourselves. But what we don't realize when we're doing that is, what kind of example are you setting for your kids? Do you want your daughters to grow up pouring into everyone around them and not into themselves? No, but they're going to do what you do. They are watching everything that you do. And I always tell the story about how my blog and my website and platform got its name, Get Your Pretty On. It's because the first day that I put on my cute outfit, fixed my hair, put on makeup, I went to pick my daughters up at school, and my older daughter hopped into the car and looked at me and she was like, "What happened to you?" And I said, "What?" And she said, "You look pretty today." And that's when I realized, like, this isn't just about me. This is about everyone in my sphere of influence and the people that I'm impacting. And most importantly, my own daughters in my house, it's impacting them too. So think about the impact that you're having on other people and then pour into yourself, because it's just going to make you better for everyone around you too.
I just got goosebumps as she said that when you got in the car and she was like, "Oh my God, Mom, you look so pretty." Because like, they want to be proud of you. Like, you don't want your mom to pick you up looking like you just rolled out of bed and your hair's like tied up. Like, you want your mom to be like, "Oh my God, that's my mom," right? Not in a vain way, but just in a proud way. You want your parents to look good. I mean, I still do too. When my mom's like looking like a bit disheveled, right? It's like, "Mom, let's get yourself sorted out." And when she lost all of the weight, 7.5 years ago, it completely changed for her because she wasn't just shopping for bags and shoes anymore. She was actually shopping for clothes. Because she started to feel good with inside of herself. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. It's like, making yourself a priority isn't saying like, hey, you don't love your kids and they're not important. It's like, actually, because you love your kids more because you want to be the role model for them as well.
Exactly. Yes.
So 100%. You have a community all over the world. And it's so funny because a lot of our community have crossed over. There's a girl that I shared with you that, joined your program, then found me, then's become a coach on my team as well. So and she's over in Germany. It's just like crazy. So how do you reach such an international audience? Like, I know that a lot of it was built organically, but how do you feel that you've created such an international audience?
I think that at the core of everything that I do, and I think just part of the DNA of Get Your Pretty On has been inclusivity. And I've wanted to be able to cast as wide a net as possible. I feel like my purpose is to democratize style for everybody. And it's interesting to see that that's even reached beyond the US and so many countries. I have a huge following in Australia, which is crazy because I do a seasonal program and they're off season from us. They're exactly the opposite. So it's just crazy to see that and watch it grow and the way that I think we're in 25 different countries now, which is insane. But I also wanted to include retailers that our international audience could shop at and make a program that truly could cross boundaries in every possible way, be for every size, every shape, every budget, everywhere. And that is exactly what happened with it. It's just kind of taken off like wildfire.
And I think the thing is that we think that, oh, we're in this country, we're women, we suffer with this, or we struggle with this. No, 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 no. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you are a female, you still struggle with the same thing as somebody in England, in Germany, in Romania, in Russia, or wherever. We all have the same insecurities inside of our head. So sometimes I feel like it's down to like where we live, but it's like just as females, they're the part of the things that we go through as well. So I love it. Both of us have such an international audience, and we get to impact women all over the world. So tell us, I'm so excited that you have a book coming out. Like, I just can't wait to get like my hands on it. I know that there's something coming in the mail because I gave you my address the other day. So I'm so excited for it. It looks beautiful. The cover's amazing. So just walk us through like what your normal monthly membership program is for anybody that's out there that's like, hey, I'm struggling to get dressed. What does that look like? And then how has that transitioned into a book?
So at the Outfit Formulas program, I started in 2014, and this was something that really my readers and followers came to me and said, hey, we would love for you to create a shopping list for us every season. Tell me what basics to have in my closet. Tell me which seasonal trends to add, and show me how to pair it up. So that's exactly what I did. I started with my own closet, the basics that were in there. I started doing trend spotting, adding in seasonal trends that I felt like every woman could embrace and wear, and then mixing and matching the pieces on that list to create a capsule wardrobe on a seasonal basis. So each piece on the list is used at least 4 to 5 different ways. You're going to get the most bang for your buck and also see different outfit ideas that you can pair up with it. In addition to that, we have an online catalog of retailers. You can shop online, you can shop in your favorite stores. And really, this also was an alternative to some of the box styling services, because women were coming to me and saying, hey, I don't like this box of clothes that they're sending me. Like, the stylist doesn't get what I like, or these don't work for my body type, or this is too expensive, or I don't like the quality, or whatever. So this is more of an empowering mission for women to be able to shop for themselves, yet with my guidance telling them, hey, if you have these pieces in your closet, you can create all of these outfits out of just these pieces. So that's really how the Outfit Formula program started. And I've been doing this so long that we have so many outfit formulas now through the years. And a lot of those are classic outfit formulas that are never going to go out of style. So when my publisher and I were first talking about the concept of this book, the ultimate book of outfit formulas, one of the things that we discussed was we need longevity. Like, a book's going to be on the shelf. Women need to be able to pick this up 5 years from now and know that these outfits are still going to be in style. So I plucked all of those classic outfit combinations to put into this book along with the shopping list. And it's truly a distillation of everything that I've done with Get Your Pretty On since 2012. There's guidance in here for figuring out what your body shape is. I show you the pieces. Once you figure that out, which pieces are going to fit and flatter your shape most. I give you guidance on colors, what colors are going to work best with your skin coloring and your complexion and your hair. There are masterclass level tweaks that you can make to your outfits, just tiny little things that make all the difference in the world. I show you how to accessorize, how to choose footwear. Everything is jam-packed into this guide. So if you're starting from scratch, or even if you've been, you feel like you're in a good place in your closet, this also speaks to women like me who feel like they at one point had a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear. Because what it does is it helps you to pull these pieces out of your closet and pair them up in new ways and see fresh new ideas for the pieces that you have. And you can keep this handbook. It's on a seasonal basis. Keep it in your closet, throw it in your handbag, take it to the store, shop with it, use it for outfit inspiration every single morning. So that's it in a nutshell.
I just moved from a big house to something that's a little bit smaller. And I probably gave away like 70% of my clothes, because I was just like, I had so many clothes, like so much stuff that I was like, that you end up, if you have so much stuff, you end up wearing the same thing every day. Like, you end up wearing the same pieces all of the time, because you're like, oh, I don't even like want to get in there. Like, there's too much stuff. But it's like, if you have like, I was literally wearing the same like 3 outfits like all the time, because I just forgot what I had in the cupboard. It was like so hard to just like get in my cupboard. It was like literally like, Mary Poppins's bag. Like, you go in there and you just like, there's this dress, there's this. And it's so funny because I've given a whole bunch to my personal assistant, the people that work for me, my BTS coaches. Every time I see them, I'm like, oh, I know that outfit. I know that outfit. So it's great. They all got it. So this is going to really help people. Like, just, you don't need loads of clothes. I think that's the thing that we get into our head is like, and like you said, I have so many clothes, but nothing to wear. And like, that was me. I was like, I've got all of this stuff, but like, I don't want to wear this. I don't want to wear this. I don't want to wear that. So what is your favorite thing to wear? Like, what is your go-to outfit that just works every single time when you're like, hey, I don't have time to think right now. Let's just get this done, because you always look super hot every single time that I've seen you. But I already know what your answer is, but what is it for everybody else? What's your go-to outfit?
So first off, I'm so glad that you brought up all these points. I believe that we should curate our closet, and all of us are kind of guilty of just buying, filling it up. And then we walk in there and we're overwhelmed because decision fatigue is real. We make 35,000 decisions a day, and deciding what to wear, you're just going to reach for whatever's convenient and whatever, the latest outfit is that you think is cute and you've worn several times. And I think that we all kind of can fall into that trap and not utilize all the pieces in our closet because we're not, forced to do that on a daily basis. And we're not getting that guidance to do that. So I am totally a basic jeans and t-shirt kind of girl with some cute, like fun, funky shoes. I love embellishments. I like, a lot of embellished tops and things. The details make the outfit, honestly. The details are in, the sleeves and the cuts and the patterns and the accessories. And you can take something as basic as just a simple t-shirt and jeans and turn it into something really special. Add some heels for date night. It's so incredibly versatile. And then as seasons change, you can put on a leather moto jacket to make it feel tougher, or some cute little white sneakers with it. There's just so many different options. As long as you start with just that basic outfit formula, then you can add things and take them off as the seasons go on. And it's going to work for you year round. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought up the decision thing, because I don't know who I was talking to the other day, and they were saying, like, if you look at Tony Robbins or Steve Jobs, like they always wore the same thing every day because it's less decisions. So if you have less decisions, if you know what you're going to eat through the day, if you know what you're going to wear, you're not taking that energy out on other things that you actually need. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. And this book is going to help you make less decisions because it's already there for you. It's like the less decisions that we can make, the less that we're in our head and we can like go out through the day. So it's perfect. It's like, get the book, find all the formulas that work for you, get them into your wardrobe, and then you're never gonna have to make a decision because Alison has already made all of the decisions for you, right? And you're gonna look great. So I absolutely love that. That's so exciting. So what is coming up next for you? Like, you've got this incredible membership, which we're gonna put all the details in the link below. Like, guys, you just gotta go check it out. It's gonna really help transform, how that you feel about yourself, your confidence. You've got the book coming out in September 2021, which we're gonna link all of that as well. But what's the next step for Alison? Like, this fell into your lap, as you said. It doesn't really it was something that you created, but what is the next thing that's going to happen for you?
Yeah, the evolution of my business right now, I'm really focusing on, number one, growing the Alpha Formulas membership. I want to impact as many women's lives as possible and help them feel confident through their clothes. So really, my entire platform, the book, everything is about really leading women into this journey and helping them through their style journeys. And as far as me and my personal brand, I'm getting the opportunity now because everything is just like, my team is amazing and they are doing so much and they're so independent now that I'm finding that I have more time to focus on what are my creative pursuits and what do I want to do next. So to that end, I just finished my next manuscript, which is a memoir/personal development book. I am super excited about it. It is a bit of a departure, but it's not, the lane is not so different that my existing audience is going to be like, oh gosh, where's this coming from? Because they want more of this. They've asked for more of this. They love the personal development aspects that I'm already teaching in the program. So just really taking that to the next level and serving women in a different and deeper way.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So have you started writing that already, or are you going to start it after this book comes out? Like, where are you at with that?
It's done. I have been working on it for 2.5 years and I completed it in July. I hired a book coach. I got super disciplined. I knew I wanted to do it before the launch of this book because everything, is getting crazy right now. But it was super beneficial to have somebody just to hold me accountable to saying, hey, we're going to have this manuscript done by X date, and it's done now and ready to go.
So do we have a date for that? Do we have a name? Like, is that all disclosed? Like, where are we at with that? I'm so excited.
Yeah, so the name of it is going to be Rediscovering Me. And really, it's a book about my journey from being a child to being a woman in my 40s now, and how we kind of lose bits of ourselves along the way through the experiences that shape us and through, some of the painful things that we go through. I talk about being bullied in high school for wanting more and, being a single mom and a first generation college graduate, and just the journey that I've been on in my life now to serving so many women through this platform, and just really give women practical tips and advice for ways that they can feel more visible, they can feel more vibrant, they can feel more valued, vulnerable, and use their voice. And that's really everything that this book is about.
Wow. Well, I'm so excited about that too. So thank you so much, Alison, for being on here. I'm just like blown away every single time that we chat. You've just got so much radiance about you. You're always so excited and you're just helping so many people. So thank you, Alison. We're going to put all of the details for Alison's book. I mean, and we'll have to get you back on when the other book comes out, right? We'll have to definitely get you on for that one as well. We're going to put all of her membership programs below. Go follow her on social media. And guys, make sure that you go leave a review. Tell Alison how much that you love her, how much that you appreciate her, and we will see you guys next week on the podcast. Bye, guys.